Good day, WNBA Talk family and friends. I'm back with you, your host, Jay Irvin. Hope you had a great day. I had a great day myself. I'm glad you're with me today. Just want to share some important news with you. Um, give you some really some important dates so you'll know to be in line with what's going on. I know we're eager to get the season started, and I'm just want to get there myself. I just want to make sure you're up to date on some the news is out there and some important dates is out there, so you can be in line with what's going on and that you won't miss anything. So the first important date I want to share with you, of course, I think I mentioned in my last broadcast, but just letting you know, the next important date coming up is draft day. Draft day where different teams get to pick the players that's coming out of college, the best fit their team or use for trade or different things like that. So that important date, of course, is April 10th, 2023. So keep that in mind. Um, if you're able to pick it up on a broadcast to see who's going to be selected first, second, third, fourth, fifth, the great. But keep that in mind to see what your favorite team, is going to pick in this draft cycle. Again, that date is April the 10th. And of course, the team that has the first draft is the Indiana Fever. They have the first draft. The team that has the second draft, of course, is the Minnesota Lynx. And right after that, via trade, the Dallas Wings have the third pick in the draft. And then after that, you have the Washington Mystics. And the fifth pick, again, via draft, is the Dallas Wings. So they have the fifth pick in the draft. So on April 10th, 2023, you'll get the draft, and it's gonna go in order. Uh, Fever, Lynx, Wings, Mystics, Wings. The only way that order changes if somebody trades away their pick and somebody gets moved into the spot they trade away. I'm just saying, letting you know the list of the top five picks. Of course, you have more rounds in the draft, but I'm just talking about the first five picks. If those among the teams that they're your favorite team, then I'm going to share with you um, who I think is going to be picked in that order, who's going to be picked by the team that has that draft. But I want to share with you some of the top draft picks that's eligible for draft if they select to be eligible. Some players can stay for an additional year, and they may not decide to go out in this draft. But I'm going to share with the top picks that's right now, quote unquote, eligible or have opportunity to be drafted if they select to be drafted this year. And that's starting with the first person is Aaliyah Boston. She's eligible for the draft. If she decides to come out, then she's one that's eligible. Next person, Haley Jones. After that, Diamond Miller, Rakia Jackson, Jordan Horston, Maddie Sequist, JC Sheldon, Charisma Osborne, Maddie Williams, Lou Lopez Seneschal. So those are some of the top draft picks. Now, the way the team drafted, they can move up, and some other people that I didn't list could come and be ahead of them. But those are the ones I think are going to be the top draft picks in this draft. And again, I'm only talking to you about the top five that I believe is going to be drafted. And I'm going to share with you in a few minutes here. But if you follow, women's college basketball, you know about those people. You know right now that Aaliyah Boston is probably going to be the first pick, and She's projected as a top pick in the league. She's an incredible two-way player. Plays for the South Carolina Gamecocks, and right now they're undefeated. They won a championship last year in women's college basketball, and they're on course to win a back-to-back title and stuff. So that's yet to be seen. It all has to be played out. I know we all have our desires, when it comes to college basketball, just like we have for the WNBA, but the game has to be played. We all have our ideas, who we think's going to do it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, and things are different. But right now, the Gamecocks are the number one team in women's college basketball, and Aaliyah Boston is uh, uh, the number one player in the league. I guess that can be debatable when it comes to some people. Some people think that there's other players out there um, that should be considered in that number one spot. But right now, most people say it's Leah Boston. Um, so with that, my own little mock draft I have here, I'm going to share that with you. It's only going to list again the top 5 picks that I think is going to uh, uh, go out, be picked in this order. And of course, like I mentioned before, the first pick in the draft is with the Indiana Fever. And I truly believe they're going to take Aaliyah Boston to go with that young team they have. I think she's going to be a great asset to them, a great asset to the WNBA, because she's a great asset to women's college basketball, and she's pro ready. She's ready to get out there and do what she can do on the WNBA floor. So I truly believe, unless something miraculous happens, that she will be picked first by the Indiana Fever. The second pick in the draft, by the Minnesota Lynx, I believe the Minnesota is going to take Haley Jones. I think she'll fit in to that team really well. Um, I, you know, I'm going to say that I believe that they're going to take her probably 90 to 95%. There's a chance that they may pick somebody instead of her, but I truly believe that she fits that team, and that she's going to end up getting picked by the Minnesota Lynx. And of course, Haley Jones plays for Stanford Cardinals and stuff. So, and they are a formidable team out there. Um, uh, they won a couple of years ago. They got knocked out last year, I believe, by Connecticut. Uh, and they did a good job. She's a good player. I think some people say that she needs to improve on her shot, but I truly believe under the Minnesota Lynx care and their coach Cheryl Miller's, not Cheryl Miller, but their coach Cheryl Reeves. Um, she'll be able to work with her, and she'll fit well into that team. The next pick, I think, is by the Dallas Wings. I believe they're going to pick Diamond Miller. I think she is going to add some firepower to that team. She'll help them a lot. She'll be a good backup player to their guard. We'll see what happens when she gets in there. Can she win a starting slot, or do they need her to play in a starting position? But I truly believe that the Wings going to take Diamond Miller. I think she'll be a good fit for the team. The next pick in the draft is going to be by the Washington Mystics. I really believe that they're going to take Rakia Jackson. I think she'll be a good fit for them. Um, who knows? They may substitute somebody else instead of taking her, but I truly believe they're gonna take her. She'll bring some, athleticism to the team, some tenacity to the team. I really believe that she will end up being the fourth pick in the draft. My last pick for my mini mock draft is again Dallas Wings are up again. Now, both of the Wings picks are because of trades they did this year. One trade was uh, uh, Alicia Gray went to Atlanta. Atlanta had the third pick in the draft, and they traded uh, draft picks with Dallas and got Alicia. Dallas got the third pick and another pick in the draft, and that's how they got the third pick. How they got the fifth pick was a trade that involved the Chicago Sky. So they ended up getting the fifth pick in the draft and giving up Marina Mabry. So the Wings lost Alicia Gray and Marina Mabry, and they got the third pick and the fifth pick. And with that fifth pick, I believe that the Wings are going to select Jordan Horston, who plays for Tennessee. She's a really good defensive player. I think when they take Veronica Burton out of there, that they could put Jordan in there, and she's going to really have a lockdown defense. Have them on the court at the same time. Maybe they have a nice little lead they're trying to preserve, and you put them both on the floor. You're going to get some steals and some harassment of the other team. That's going to slow them down and help the Wings win. So I truly believe that she's going to bring her athleticism, her ability to get to the rim, but also she's going to bring that defense that the Wings heavily need. I know the Wings are really trying to shore up their defense. Their new coach, Coach Trammell, is a defensive minded coach. She's defense first, so she's looking for a defensive player. So Jordan Horston will fit into that, where she'll come in and help with the defense and speed up that defense that they need. Um, with that, I'm going to go on and talk about uh, another important thing that's happening, um, and that's the start date. After they get the draft going and they get in and get a little practice and get ready for the season. Which is not going to be long. I wish they had longer to gel together, all teams. But once they get going, they start off a little. I say have a little rust on them. Still trying to figure out how they're going to play against other teams, because they be in there battling against each other, battling against a practice squad where it's not real game situations and stuff. But when they do start, that start is going to be on May 19th. That weekend, all teams will play that weekend. One important thing that also happened for the league, they increased from 36 games. They're going to go to 40 games this year. That's awesome. They keep adding games, giving the fans more opportunity to see them, giving the home team more opportunity to see them at home. And that's great that they are expanding the amount of games that they are actually having. So it's great that they're going to go from 36 games to 40 games. That's awesome. They'll start on May 19th, and all teams will play on that weekend. Some teams will start and play on the 19th, and then the other will play on the 20th. Um, oh, what's important about that, you look at some of those rivalries out there. Another video or time I'll get with you on WNBA Talk, I'll talk to you about some of those games we want to see, those rivalry games I think is going to happen. I know that, they talk about the super team being New York and the Aces. I believe they play 4 times this year. So I think everybody should tune in for those games. But a game I believe that everybody should tune in for, I'm eager to go see, is being played at my home court. I let you know before that I am a Dallas Wings fan. That first game of the season will play on our home court, and they're going to actually be playing the Atlanta Dream. And why is that important? Because that's where Alicia Gray went to, and that was a key figure for a key player for the Dallas Wings, and she got traded. She really wanted to get traded. I really believe she wanted to get traded to get closer to her home. She's from Georgia, but that first game, her first game of the season, will be against the team she got traded from, the Dallas Wings, to Atlanta. So now it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Um, of course, I would love for the Wings to win that game, but I do know on that day, because the only jersey I have for the Dallas Wings is a Alicia Gray jersey, so I'm going to wear my Alicia Gray jersey that night. I'm going to be rooting for the Wings, but I truly like the way she plays. It's going to be awesome to be able to see her again in person, and but of course, I want the Wings to come out. And but I really like her. Really nice personality. Had an opportunity to meet her a few times, and I let her know the times I did meet her that she was my favorite player, not just on the Wings. Now she's not on the Wings anymore, but she was my favorite player in the WNBA. Um, I don't see that changing unless I don't know, somebody knocks her off that in my mind. But right now, she's my favorite player. But as new players come in, you never know. Jordan might come in there and take her spot, or I don't know. I know the key that they building around is building around the nucleus of Arika Gumbawale, along with Satu Sabali and Tierra McCowan. Those are the main three players and stuff. Love seeing them play. Um, but it'll be exciting to see Alicia again in person. Um, so, and that'll be our first game, that first home game against the uh, the Dream, featuring, I say featuring Alicia Gray, because she is a dynamic player. Uh, some roster casualties in the last couple of days. There have been some roster casualties, and which I'll call, which is current news. And the casualties happen to be both from the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun waived Christine Anigwe, so she's out there for someone to pick up. And they also waived Jasmine Walker. So even before the draft come up, that important date, they've decided to let those two players go. So they're out there to be picked up by other teams. Um, I really haven't seen much of Jasmine Walker, but I did get opportunity to see Christina Nigwe, because she was with the Wings at one point in time. Um, I really didn't quite like her play and how she fit with the Wings, and her uh, she doesn't have enough tenacity for me. She doesn't have that fight in her that I would love to see. Uh, I know, at that point in time we had Marina Mabry, so I know. Uh, I wish that all players had the tenacity that Marina Mabry have, but everybody can't be like that, I guess. Christina Nigwe just doesn't have that fire in her. I know one year when she was with the Wings, she had got in that incident with Brittany Griner and stuff when they played them in Phoenix and stuff. So she kind of got in that. That was kind of surprising to see that coming from her. Um, when I actually had an opportunity to meet, excuse me, to meet her in person, she seemed a little, for lack of a better word, a little timid. That's the way she plays on the court for me. I do believe she's coming out of that. I think she can be an asset uh, for teams who need her height. I think she scored a lot better when she was in college. She hasn't brought that to the W that I've noticed as the times I had to see her. I just want to get with you and share some important dates to make sure you're up to date, that you're ready to, so you can stay on top of what's going on when it comes to the W and what's going on with your team. So I just want to share that information with you. I'm hoping you have a great day. I'm gonna um, I'm gonna let you go. Keep going, and again, those important dates: draft day again, April 10th, 2023. The draft orders of Fever, uh, Links, Wings, Mystics, Wings. That's 1 through 5. My mock draft says Aaliyah Boston's going first, Haley Jones second, Diamond Miller third, Rakia Jackson fourth, and Jordan Horston fifth. Again, real quick, the league increased from 36 teams to 40 teams this year. The start of the season is May 19th, 2023. All teams will play on that weekend, some on the 19th, some on the 20th. And uh, the dream matchup for me will be on that weekend. I think on May 20th, the Atlanta Dream will play the Dallas Wing. And what's important about that is that Alicia Gray got traded to the Dream, and now she's going to play against her previous team, which is the Dallas Wings, on May the 20th at 8 p.m. And that should be awesome to see what's going on. I'm going to root for the Wings, but I am going to be wearing my Alicia Gray jersey, my Dallas Alicia Gray jersey, and be excited to see her. Um, just want to take the time to bring you up to date real quick, and I'm gonna be signing off and hoping everything's going good for you. And if you are a part of the W family, awesome. If you decide to be a part of WNBA Talk by subscribing and liking my videos, I would really appreciate that. I thank you for you taking your time to listen to my and viewing my videos. Glad to have you aboard and glad to share information with you. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Again, I wish you the best and peace out. You have a wonderful day and a wonderful time. I hope everything's going great with you and your loved ones. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. You have a great